about train passes in the UK, because there are lots of people who are trying to get somewhere today. There are, of course, rail strikes, but this story is particularly about a pass offering unlimited UK train travel. The BritRail pass, costing £568 a month, allows ticket holders to travel anywhere they want around the entire country. You can also purchase it to cover days or weeks for a cheaper price. Well, Connor Tomlinson is with us, political commentator. Connor, Simon Calder, the travel expert, says this sort of thing has been around for quite a while, and it's to encourage people who aren't in the UK to come here, to be tourists, to use our train networks. What do you think is the issue here?
Well, good afternoon, Peter. If you know that there's two issues I can grumble about, it's both immigration and the railway networks. You've got me on my good day today. Simon's right in that Europe, I know Japan has this because I went there last year, have a discounted national rail pass to encourage tourists to make full use of the network and go to all their tourist spots. So one of the things that has increased the salience of how this feels unfair, even though it's been around for quite a while, is that, yes, the internet, but also there's a general sort of feeling that government and all our institutions and the like are catering more to a sort of anywhere class, the fact that people can just come to Britain, spend a bit of money and then go elsewhere, than the native-born population who are deeply rooted
but Connor, surely it just incentivises people to come here. If you're going to charge them the same amount, they may choose a different tourist destination, and this is really for tourists. It's not really about immigration per se, because if people have been in this country for any length of time, they can't avail of this offer.
Sure, but if you're going to bring 2 million visiting visas on top of 1.4 million working and all sorts of other visas, so over 3 million people here every year, they're going to use all of the services. And so, especially in London, it's going to feel very cramped. And then the increased salience of this is the fact that the railways are always on strike, the services are dreadful, the London Underground, the air is filthy, the prices keep going up year on year, but people don't feel that
do we want tourists to come to this country, Connor?
I would prefer the country operate at a workable level for the native population, and that the railway fares be affordable. And the point of this is,
I'm sure that'd be great, Connor. But surely, let me just. Yeah, I want an answer on this point, though, if you don't mind. Then I'll listen to you, I promise. But I mean, surely, a lot of you mentioned London there. I don't want to be too London-centric on this, but I mean, a lot of our economy is based on tourism, is based on people coming here. So yeah, it would be great to fix the system, of course it would, but we've got to operate with the situation we're in at the moment, don't we?
No, I think that if our country cannot survive without bringing in lots of foreign money, then how are we justifying ourselves as being a country? And the thing that raises the salience about this, for example, is connected to your work from home story from earlier. I have had to drop down from being a salaried employee and all the benefits that are entailed with that, because for 18 months I was making a cross-country commute. I live in the southeast and I was going to the southwest, and I'm 25, I can't afford a property yet, and that's just my job. And I was paying £1,100 a month for a season ticket to go from London zones 1 to 6 to Swindon. So I'm paying about 12 odd grand a year for that, even more technically, whereas people that can come over for 6 months, let's say, can pay less than half of that to use even more of the railway network.
But most of them won't be coming over 6 months, though. Most of them will be tourists who are here for maybe a couple of weeks.
Sure, but the point is that what the native British people are getting for their money is not the money's worth, and so they're looking at the discounted rail tickets and they're saying, okay, so it could be this, so either we're subsidising tourists coming over and using the railway network, or this is what it's actually going to cost to run the railway network, and you're just making us foot the bill for more money. So this is why people are outraged. People are saying, well, the services suck and I'm paying more and more, whereas people who don't use the services to pay an as proportionate amount of tax as I would going on my commute, for example, are getting it at a cheaper rate, and it just doesn't feel fair.
So is the answer to nationalise the railways again, Connor?
Well, the railways are already largely nationalised under National Rail, and lots of individual companies are under government ownership. I know there are a few, like Southeastern, for example, that are striking on Monday are under government ownership. So I don't think that's what solves it. I think actually what you need is, whether it's a private company owning it or whether it's the government owning it, they think of the native British population first rather than just bringing in infinite amounts of tourists just to prop up the economy.